Man, this DSA one UGA fan rants and opinions. Just got through watching the Georgia and Kentucky game. That shit was horrible. I'm saying horrible in the aspect of how in the fuck, if Stetson is hurt, the other two QBs UGA got, they don't get no playing time. Started off the game kicking field goals, understandable. I can understand the wind can play a very huge part in throwing the ball. The wind can catch a hold of it. The pass can go from being on target to off target. Stetson throws a fucking interception. And before that, it looked like, I think it was Bowers. He was trying to get clarification on what the play was, ran his route, and the ball was like 3 yards away from him, got picked off. I can understand that happening to a degree. But when I was looking at Kentucky QB, he was slinging that rock all over the goddamn field. It's like they just sat up here and relied on the defense to do all the heavy lifting. And I'm to a point to where even if it's a good game and the defense has to be relied on to win the game, I don't even want to see that. I'd rather see a balanced offense and defense, meaning the defense is containing the opponent's offense and the offense is putting up points. To a degree, depending on what your game plan is, you're going to have to make adjustments. You're going to have to do that. That's understandable. But at the same time, if your QB is hurt, put the rookie in to get him some playing time. Our offense is going to take a step back as far as the quarterback play, but our defense is going to be way stronger. Again, relying on the defense. I know offense win games and defense win championships, but defense don't put points on the board as much as the offense do. I don't know any other team outside of Alabama a few years ago that had a defense that was scoring almost as much as the offense. Georgia doesn't have that. So for that to be the case, Kirby and staff need to be getting these young men ready for next year, throughout this year, which is pretty much over with, to get prepared for playing these teams that know we don't have Stetson next year. And in a sense, I think it's more along the lines of Kirby trying to keep those two dudes a secret so other teams don't have an idea of how to prepare for them. Strategically, that's a good idea. I'm not knocking that. Strategically, that's a very good idea. But at the same time, if you don't have these young men prepared to start game one, which I'm not saying he won't or the staff won't, but if these players are not prepared to start game one and put up some points, and I'm not even saying meet the same expectations as this year's team or last year's team, but what I'm saying is to be able to make a run again, like to be consistent with the wins. When your quarterback, running back, fullback, whoever is showing that they're having problems performing the way that you need them to, you need to pull them out the game, not lead them in there just to hand the ball off and not really do anything. I was hoping Kirby wasn't going to, in a sense, make the same mistakes as far as the punt against Mississippi State. But in this game, you literally can watch them run the ball into the teeth of the defense multiple times. Multiple. Fucking Stetson Bennett had Darnell Washington one-on-one with a safety. I think a safety or a cornerback. In the corner of the damn end zone. He's 6'8". You didn't even want to throw the ball up to him so he could get it. And even if they intercepted it, they had the 25. In a sense, it really didn't fucking matter because you went for it on fourth down on their side of the field and they drove down the fucking field and almost scored. What the hell is going on? Yes, it was a win, but still, we got 4 running backs that can run, 2 young guys at quarterback that can pass and run, and you decide not to put either one of the quarterbacks in? Like, what in the entire fuck? Neither one of them got a chance to get in this game. I'm saying in different chat rooms, on YouTube, on MeWe, somewhere everywhere, I would say. I just say those two spots, because those are the only two spots I'm in. They talking about Stetson might be hurt. He might not be 100%. Okay, if he's not 100%, why the fuck would you keep putting him out there knowing he can't do nothing? And then knowing that Kentucky has a decently good run defense. Ringo started out the game fucking up. But as usual, he made it up. He got a pick. And damn near ran it back. Could have scored off of that. Like a touchdown off of it. But what you do? Hand the ball off, run right up the middle with McIntosh, knowing he not big enough to take on that type of defense. Knowing you're not going to use Darnell like to get behind the defense and lob him a pass, or even use him on the goal line to get 2 or 3 more touchdowns or whatever the case may be. What Stetson do? See, don't even look in Darnell's direction, and you throw the ball too far for, I want to say, Bowers to catch it, and you got to kick a goddamn field goal. Georgia has weapons, but if the person who's distributing the ball can't see the fucking weapons, what good are they? And that's no knock to the wide receivers. I'm not even trying to bash Stetson. I'm just saying the dude don't really do a defensive check before he start playing. And even if this goes against the offense, the offensive coordinator, like, dude, if he gonna roll out, that's all right. But I mean, if he gonna run, cool. But you got Darnell Washington, Brock Bowers, and dang, I can't even remember the other dude name, the other wide receiver, the name starts with a B. Got them in the game, and you only throwing to the 2 wide receivers when you got a tight end that's big enough to run folks over, jump over, hurdle people and everything. You won't throw it to him. You didn't throw it to him but like maybe one time, and you overthrew him when you did throw to him. You threw it like another 2 to 3 yards above his head, or 3 to 4 feet, let's just say that, above his head. Then you just stop going to him. And I'm saying that as far as the offensive coordinator, Todd Monken, we not throwing the Darnell no more. We just gonna use him to block on run plays that we barely getting in the yard zone. Like, this game looked like they just played to not lose. We gonna come in here, play soft, lay heavily on the defense. Hopefully we can get some stops, and win the game. There was hardly any outside plays done as far as running off tackle. You running right off the guard and right off the center, right into the goddamn teeth of the defense, and getting hardly no push. Stetson couldn't get no push. McIntosh couldn't get no push. And you consistently did that shit. Like, what the fuck? This was not, as far as points go, this was not the game to run that type of offense. You got to spread them dudes out. You can't just keep running up the middle. This look like some Bobo shit. It's like, they was like, fuck it, Bobo, we're going to let you run this whole damn game. Let's see what you come up with. Monkey might be leaving. Like, how the fuck do you play that type of goddamn football against a team that you already know, as Kirby said, the target's on your back when you win the national championship? And I'm saying, in the regards of, you one of the baddest teams in the country. Even if you didn't win a national, you're one of the baddest teams in the country, and you playing like this? And some of the off-tackle runs worked and went right away from them. Didn't rotate, didn't switch out the play calling as far as running. He ran right into the teeth of the defense 3, 4, 5 times. Off tackle 2 or 3 times. They broke for like 6, 7 yards. Right back into the teeth of the defense. Didn't hardly throw the ball at all. That let me know Stetson hurt. And as I'm looking at the game, I'm looking at the field goal post, looking at the orange flags on it. The wind really wasn't that much of a factor per se. Even though the flags were waving like hell, that let me know the wind was pretty high. Okay, I can understand you going to a mainly run offense with wind being like that. That's understandable. But what the fuck run plays was UGA coaches thinking of, or even toss sweep plays or screen plays? The one screen play that was ran, the fucking receivers didn't get no push. Did the screen pass, they still at the line of scrimmage. I think McIntosh had to bounce it further to the outside than what he already was, almost out of bounds, literally, to try to get like 1 or 2 yards. Now it's like second down or third down at that point. It didn't seem like the wind was affecting the punt too bad, because both teams were punting like hell. But when it come to passing, UGA was not trying to pass the ball. Kentucky was trying to get that ball down there. They were trying to get another point up. And then instead of going for it on 4th down, you should have just kicked the field goal. That's 19. You up 19 at that point. Like, what the fuck? Man, this UGA fan, god dang it, man, this bullshit. This DSA 1 UGA fan rants and opinion. I might do a part 2 tomorrow, man. I'm out.